Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Croatia. This long-running Europa Universalis 4 series here on the Lord Master channel. And since we're on the year of 1781, but let me tell you people something. Yes, you people, pointing at you, the viewer. I am starting to feel a little bit of burnout, although I may have said that already in the past few episodes, but this time I actually feel it. Because I think what they say was true, that even the most seasoned of EU4 players says when they reach around late 1700s into 1800, that's when those people, those players would feel like, okay, I think I had my fill. I've done all the things I wanted to do in this series, so it's time to, call it quits. Alright, let's just cap it off. But for me, well, it's more apparent in Croatia, whereas on the Mughal Empire series, well, there's only like one more goal left for them to do before, the ultimate war to end all wars of sorts for that one that we expected in the other series if you were going to check it out. But here, in this Croatian series, we've already accomplished all the goals that we've set. Well, who's we? You've completed all the missions that Croatia has given you. With the exception of global dominance, which that'll never happen under Ragusa, which is the highest valued trade node in the world. But the highest valued trade node in the world is obviously the English Channel. And there's no way we'll get that because we don't live in the areas of the English Channel trade node. And subsequently, Malacca is getting up there, as we have lots of trade power there. But highest valued? No way. Even with all the amount of mercantilism, with the percentages that you bring, it ain't gonna happen. And speaking of trade, we'll get down to that in a moment. Just wanted to say that the success of this Croatian series has led to being ranked #1. Although we're just barely, keyword barely, ahead of the Commonwealth, knowing that they tended to be big expansions. But if they're going to expand somewhere, they're going to have to deal with Perm, who was allied with them, and Timurids, or face Timurids themselves. I fear that one day the Commonwealth's going to declare war against the Timurids, and it's going to drag us into a war of... If there's going to be a war to end all wars scenario, Croatia, it's the one that's going to have Timurid involvement. Worse, that it would involve Vijayanagar to get involved in that too. And look, everybody's improving relations. Even France too. But trust me when I tell you, if I try to go for the next big expansionist, imagine that there's going to be a coalition against me. And one of those coalition members will declare war against me. And all of my allies will be there. Commonwealth, Genoa, Tuscany, Akunulu, Karaman, Mamluks, Moa, Pasai. All of them would be there. I can imagine that. And it would bring in a very horrible war that hardly anybody's going to win. And it would not just be in Europe and Asia, but in America too, with the colonies of New Croatia and Croatian Canada. Hence the reason why half the subjects of development is from that. Those two Croatian colonies. I mean, after all, as we look at the statistics here, yes, we are ahead of Spain in historical scores. Which means that this is a successful series. It took us a while. I mean, we did it quicker with the Mughals, but for Croatia, it took quite a bit of time, and you got up there, and you did what you set out to achieve. Your highest income and a highest trade income, thanks to the mercantilism and all that. But second most provinces in the world, that's good to know. But 7th largest army in the world. Well, what does that make us in Europe? Who knows? Not keen to look it up. But I could tell you this. as I did some thinking. Okay, you know, if you want to go, if for those of you who wonder how did we get from Croatia, which was a subject to Hungary, and became free, to a world empire in this similar vein to the British, with the whole, you got colonies in America, you have trade companies in Africa and Asia, heck, you even gone all the way to Hawaii to make it part of Croatia. What's next? Some would think, but for me, I don't know, it's not much actually. Maybe just get rich, support our allies, or whatever stupid war that they get involved in. Who knows? But I could tell you what our next target will be. It'll be down in Indonesia, in the East Indies. Our next big war that we have planned is against Luwu, which Luwu is allied with Majapahit. But would it be proper if we declare war against Majapahit? No, it's this one. Bone. Yes, that's the one I wanted, because I want everybody. It's because the moral of this story for this episode is going to involve taking some very valuable trade goods and centers of trade if they have any. Because we have 28% trade power of the Moluccas, which we have a merchant present there, and we collect 45 ducats out of this, and we could get even more out of this. But obviously Spain has some of the area which we cannot take. In addition, that means more spices for us. We may possibly get coffee. Add trade company investments to it, and we would up its trade value in order to make more money. Yes. And of course there's the incense. Very valuable. As you can see, the trade value. Well, actually more to more West Timor than East Timor. Now why is that? Moroccan charter investment, Croatian township, and it's producing incense. On the other hand, this development difference. I see. Because of base production, whereas this is almost non-existent. Because to be fair, this is their capital, the capital of Majapahit. And it used to be the core province of Portugal for a long time ago. So they're probably the ones that developed it. And now they left. The Majapahit's got their land back. But soon it will come to Croatian control. But here's the most important one. The one that we desire the most. Not just incense, not just spices and the coffee and all that. Chinaware could be another one that I would want, but the most important one. Hadramut owns this, Great Britain owns that, Portugal owns this, but not these two. Cloves. The very high trade value. As a reminder, what that is, it's a very valuable spice, native to the Molucca Islands in Indonesia. It has been the center of several wars to control its production. Cloves are aromatic flower buds that are harvested when those buds transition to a bright red from original pale hue. Cloves are extensively used in cuisines from Asia to the Mediterranean and to America via colonization. The current price is 8 ducats, and it gives you more local trade power to whomever is the owner of it. Hadramut has some trade power, so does Britain, so does Portugal. But Luwu owns these two. And we have 20%. Luwu is 15, but can you imagine how much trade power we would get? How much ducats we'd be making out of this? And the company investments? Can you even imagine how much value we're going to increase out of that? And then when it's peacetime, and these light ships that we will send to increase further trade power, we'd be making almost, well, not quite, because you can't beat that. Well, it could rival that because we collect this amount. But it's Pasai that's been gaining momentum as of late terms of trade because, after all, they are a... I could have sworn I thought they were a Eastern plutocracy, but no, they use the mandala system. But they do have trade ideas and economic ideas. Export economy. That's another reason why. That's part of their traditions. But yet, compared to Croatia with our traditions back in the day, we have trade steering. Hence the reason why we have a merchant in Siam to transfer trade power to Malacca. So you transfer that power to increase the value. That's what that's for. And if I had a few more merchants, which I will in the future, we'll be sure to send a merchant to Canton or Magzal if there's any trade value. Nippon is well out of the way. Or even perhaps send it to the Philippines. This has some value, but they keep sending it to there. But one's already sent to Moluccas, increasing its value. So we are a trade-intensive nation, as it's been well established. While we are still coring a few more provinces. That's the reason why I believe it's high time to go to war very soon. Our troops are ready, our navy is ready to blockade whoever's in our way and defeat any opposition, defeat any resistance that are out there, which will put him down. We have the manpower to do so. And then after that we can rest, get a lot of money, recover our manpower for as long as possible before our allies get involved in some nasty war that's gonna cause untold casualties. And of course, concurrently, colonizing Africa. Don't forget about Africa. For any degree of value is there. But it's possible that we may have to fight those Central African states to assert more control there. Especially in the Congo trade node, which has some degree of value there, though not as much as others would like it. But only as long as they're not guaranteed by Spain or Portugal or France. That's what I'm concerned of the most. So I believe a war with these nations. Surprised Rwanda's not allied with them. Yeah, I can imagine a great African war, which will put Croatian armies there, and more Croatian armies on this side, and we'll be fighting on eastern and western fronts to try to take as much Africa as we can for, well, maybe just these two, and then you'll be good. But interestingly, Ivory Coast trade node. It does lead to a river. And we do know that we have a company presence in the Guinea Charter. But don't we already have a Guinea company? No, you don't. Well then, now I think I know our next target after this next conflict. Man, you just can't stop yourself from being greedy, can't you? You want another merchant? Well then, you gotta have this amount of control. But again, it's 0.1%, but I guess you're gonna have to wait until it registers in the coming month. Well, we need to get another merchant. And from the Indonesia company. And a company of the Moluccas. To get more merchants to... Which again, put one there to send it down there. Or possibly Philippines. Don't we have it in Burma? No. No, you don't. Gujarat's valuable. Coromandel is valuable, but only if it has company improvements. This has some great value, but unfortunately we can't fight against Kilwa because France would be mad at us. Unless they're allied with some other nation further inland. Like them. Look into the future to find an excuse to fight against Kilwa so we can control all, I mean not all the entire land, but the more important centers of trade for company value. As we're not getting much trade out of this. Heck, you're not getting much trade value out of all this because you have overextension. Look, trade power abroad. It's lowered because you're currently courting them because of your non-stop conquests. What? We'll get right to it soon. Continue to salivate your own greed. But very soon. And of course that means we'll be using more of that administrative tech to core some more provinces while we will get more offensive ideas in which Croatia will be stronger militarily and we can afford more armies as manpower allows. Alright, we know our objective. Get to your transports. Navies are to set sail. Let the Flores see. Till they're in position. One navy in position. Okay, and they'll be on their way in 2 days or so. We can defeat them there. That's their main fleet. They got 7 heavy ships, 17 light ships, 5 galleys. Even though we told the other fleet from the what's the so-called Mediterranean fleet to be positioned there. And we let those guys handle it. So again, I'm going to declare war against Bone first. Luo and Majapahit will be co-belligerents. So I'll just say, you're part of this now. So I know it's an imperialism, which means we have to take the capital of Bone. Is it Bonnet or Bone? How do you pronounce that little state? But nevertheless. Yes, we are at war with these 3 nations. And of course there's a few forces from Croatia and Canada present. As you are. You too. In fact... No one that's not drilled? Hey. Come here. Need you to drill this army. And that army needs to be drilled too. You know, get them to work. Just to maintain their readiness. In case something happens. Now set sail for the Spice Islands. And you'll be heading to Flores Sea. Or this way will be much safer. You know, to take Timor Island. You know, just knock Majapahit out of the war just by taking the islands, and that's that. Don't want the inland territories. I'm not interested in that. And as for Bone, again. Oh, they got similar flags. Oh. We only want the coffee. And anything else? Maybe just the coffee. Well, of course you gotta take their capital. Not territorially, just in order to win. But this here, Makassar, coastal center of trade, it'll help. And as well as the possibility of Poso, home of the Chinaware there. Again, nowhere else in the world you'll find that. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're here for. And this war should be took about 2 years, and by those 2 years, all these areas will be fully cored, and then we'll begin our investments. And then after we'll core them and invest a little more, and then we'll turn our attention back towards Africa. So I guess that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the remainder of the Croatian series. If there's no large wars in Croatia, then we'll expand into the Indies and into Central Africa. Because I know there's some resources that I would like to have. Including some areas that has been relatively unexplored, uncolonized. There are areas that still holds many secrets there. But interestingly, with this whole, why is that part of the Angola? I see, it's part of that state. But if we can, well, if you want to get that, you have to go inland to take these two centers of trade. And maybe we'll form another trade company there, and there too. And possibly form more soldiers' households, because they got some grain over there that would be good for our manpower, which we're currently using them for this conflict right now. They got a flagship. Low on flagship sunk. Heavy ship one was its name. There's the prestige. So we sunk 4 heavy ships, including their flagship, their light ship, and their galley. We didn't capture any. We ought to stop them. Well done. You're going in. And you are to take the other Spice Island. When these two are complete, then we'll begin a land campaign. Caught him. Giving him safe transport. We sunk them all. Your path is clear. You're clear to land. Well, it does connect to the island of Flores by land. Oh, excuse me. Support him on this siege. When they're knocked out, take East Timor, then take a left turn to go Flores. And then we'll begin land campaign for the south, starting here. These guys would have to wait. Oh, I didn't pay attention. You made your successful landing. Good. Got rid of them all. It's just one light ship and 10 transports. Nothing that they can handle. Look out. "30 days. The record. And we kicked those ships out of there and we captured a light ship. And got the rest. Oh, and we're about to go get him again. You stay back, you advance. Okay. Here they come again. Yeah, now they're gonna go back to where they once came. Now go pick them up. Ready for transport. When we take care of this situation. Yeah, you just wait. East Timor Island is ours. Gotcha. Does it have a grand shipyard? Any kind of building? No? We'll get ready for the blockade. Oh, caught him out of control. We gained 2 more light ships. And we sunk 3, 2, 1. Goislav Rukavina is now an extortioner. This gives them more ship trade power. Maybe during peacetime that we should assign them to a fleet that will give us more trade power in a certain trade node that we would like to make the most money out of. Ready? to the Sea of Celebes. Begin our land campaign north. Some would think that we're doing this war rather too quickly before these territories will be fully cored. Guess we'll have to stall it. These two are to land there. This has a shipyard, but not grand. Come on, let's move. Remember, southern route. Croatia, Canada. You are landing troops to there. Are you mad? Be reasonable. Athena and Solon. Now the revolutionary idea has been spread there. Trading in spices. Do we? Again, we have trading in Cloves. We have that percentage up. But as soon as we acquire these two, we will have it. Trading in spices. Trading in spices. Spices. There you go. Let's find our construction if you wish, but taking a few more of these wouldn't hurt. Go get them. They'll be arriving the 14th. We ain't gonna wait for you guys. About to catch them out here. Oh hell. I forgot about that fleet. But we're doing well out here. Kalapa, okay. This could use some development. Invest in that entire area there. So that reduces development cost. Develop that area a few more times and then you will get your... Yeah, I can see it already. Huh. God, it's gonna cost 23, and I know you're supposed to level up that idea, but I can't help myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trade station here. And this will be until 1782. We still got time. That's why I haven't knocked all the others out of that war yet. Because we just got started, man. captured one ship. They're up in the hills, but we're waiting for reinforcements. That's why we don't want to go gung-ho about this. There you are. Come here. You don't bring a boy to do a man's job. Come here. We're gonna help you with this siege to take this capital. And then once we take more, then we'll get rid of the rest. And all of them will be occupied except for these parts. That I'm willing to ignore. We're only looking for the more valuable areas. And a center of trade for the company investments. Abolitionism. With slavery now banned in revolutionary Spain and other countries likely to follow suit, it seems that transatlantic slave traders will be seeing a sharp decline. Prices of slaves will be reduced. You know, I thought about that. Thought about abolition of slavery, but we need to be at peace. Don't overextend anymore. Don't get greedy about Africa. Not yet, at least. I got it. Move on. Hey, they're going. Stop them. Up to the hill we go. Their morale is terrible. They put up quite a stiff resistance against us, but that's because they got a tenacious general up there. I was happy with that. And we'll go finish them off soon. Salalong. That's home of the coal. No doubt this is a good place to be. Already have it in this unlock. Naval officers are retiring. Our decision to start favoring the Army more has led to the crop of promising young naval officers to retire from service. They claim that there is not as many opportunities for advancement as there used to be. Damn. So what does that mean for our naval tradition? Where is it? Doesn't look good on us. But they'll be going back up yearly when we protect more trade during peacetime again. Some members of Parliament are having some concerns regarding increasingly bad reputation. They're claiming it's having a negative effect on our trade relations. This question has been raised numerous times in the past, but not that many have thought of it any consequence. This time the matter is causing some really heated debates, though. Perhaps we should try to settle things before they get out of hand. That is probably wise. We have all the money in the world, and we'll be getting more money through trade once again during peacetime. There'll be more valuables coming to Croatia. All together now. Wants to stay back. Boy, those ships were gonna start repairing. We lost one light ship. That's because we didn't properly repair the captured ones. That's what I assume. Hold it right there, Eager Beaver. Wait for the others. Now let's get moving. They're gone now. What's in this island? Tropical wood. Not as well developed. Already has a mill. Do they have a cultural tradition? Slovakia tradition. Trade steering, just like the Croats. Global trade power, similar to, Pasai. And trade efficiency when their ambitions complete, and plus their trade ideas, so... In a way, they're kind of similar to, the others that we know of. Are they in Eastern Plutocracy? Yes. Trade efficiency and range, as I see. That's who they are. But now we're just taking over. But I'm not terribly concerned about potential separatism. Can't make it to a core because Majapahit is out there. That's what you're concerned of. Majapahit. Well, don't worry, it'll be over soon. Hey! Captured that last area. We got him on the ropes. Brunei will cede Palawan to revolutionary Portugal. Morocco will become a vassal of revolutionary Spain. At least that'll get Morocco out of the relations. Brunei cede. What? Back to Portugal? Where is Palawan? Oh, up there. Sugar. Palawan Passage. It says it right there. Is there such thing as too many vassals for Spain? You got 2 allies. And you got... Nope, they can have as many vassals as they would like. As long as it's in the appropriate number of diplomatic relations. If they have the diplomatic ideas. Which they do not. Okay then. It's a 99% war score, so we'll figure out to distribute this land. Or continue to stall for time and fight the remaining forces in this island. That island in this land, so I would suggest that you go pick them up. Alright, to skedaddle. Plus, you can island hop your way there. That's another alternative. In fact, let's do that, island hopping. Just... No. We'll just follow... Oh. Bali has not given us military. I understand. You got a shipyard? Grand shipyard. Okay, good, because these ships are in need of repairs. While you two go back up and receive transport. The natives have also adopt Somali culture. To our surprise, many members of the Somali tribe have chosen to adopt our language and etiquette and have integrated themselves into the colony. These people now consider another component of the unique cultural melting pot here. They love being Croatian. Excellent. It's finished. Get back down here. Need to get back to colonizing this area. Ready? No, there's no conditional military access, so you're gonna have to do this the hard way. Here's what we're gonna do. Declared war against Cheha. Yeah, they're expanding it again, and there's nothing we could do unless you want to fight against the Iroquois, which the truce to them will expire next year to expand New Croatia. But if you give New Croatia more land, that would increase their liberty desire, the dreams of liberty and all that. Not if I appeal to them. The Guinea Company. Again, this area here will be giving us a merchant when we fight against Congo for that whole area there. I can see that. And this is definitely going to jump us up there. Again, we're looking to get more merchants. As we are making company investments. Don't need to do this one. But certainly. Ready? Here's what we're gonna do. We'll do amphibious signing, take there and there, and you'll make an amphibious signing. Set this straight. Can't march along on land. So you're gonna have to do it out at sea. It is done. 2 colonists are available again. Send. Send. We'll hear it from you in less than a year. No, dummy. This way. The other army with the general fights against them. You two both land there. And then that'll be war's end. I didn't know it goes to the Java Sea on that side. So we're gonna wipe out the last of the resistance. Because we're stalling for time because of the core construction. And this keeps increasing, so we need to stop that. The Admiral has left us. So his demise will greatly gladden traders of all nationalities but ours. The old age got to him. Oh, God blasted. That's not a good Admiral. Give me another. I mean, he could be part of the Mediterranean fleet, but we need to put this fleet. Much better. Manage this one. Just be glad we have 2 admirals. At least we don't use that much sailors right now, as we're only using transport fleet currently. Gotcha. Mirko Rajic is now a glory seeker. Maybe we should turn our attention back to America for the expansion of New Croatia, just to strengthen them, even though they're already strong enough. But what the hell else am I going to give them for Liberty Desire to be lowered? Wait 1 month. It's not going up. Oh, that's why. They used to have a core there long ago. That's why. Well, we must not delay any longer, shall we? Because this is going to be done in a month. Go pick them up. And we'll take our leave. Tuscany declare war against Milan for nationalism. Okay. Off you go. Ready? Off you pop. If there's any form of separatism here, we will establish troops there and put them there. And we'll send a transport fleet back to the Mediterranean if anybody wants to be picked up, unless we're going to use the ones that we've been experienced troops and all that. So we could fight against the Iroquois and the Fox Nation for the expansion of New Croatia. It's part of the subcontinent, right? Yes. Digging regions. Yes, the northeast. Hey, it's not like it's going to create, oh, I don't know, Croatian Louisiana, like the French. There's no Spanish Louisiana, I call it Spanish West Indies. Oh, they do care one another. It's not an independent entity like Colombia. I would love to fight against Colombia. Just to take Panama. I would love for Florida to be independent, but they have no liberty desire because Spanish do a pretty good job on managing their colonies. Against so much of the world. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Remember the territories that you'd want. Here. Whatever coalition they may form against, I am not intimidated. Flores. The center of trade. You can't forget the Spice Islands. Poso for the Chinaware. Anything else? More coffee or spices, perhaps? If you want to control the spice trade, well then it's the place to be. Spice is very good. Again, we're looking for areas of trade value. I mean, spice is good, but coffee is better. Center of trade to add more trade power. Coffee for good. Chinaware, also good trade value. Spices aren't good in trade value, which is likely due to the lower development of the area, including here, which can be improved upon if given care. So again, that's due to we already have a Croatian township for this entire Moluccan charter. Plus there's a decline of spice trade, so that's why it isn't particularly valuable in some areas. But we can make further improvements. They already got a coffee plantation. They already got a mill for the Chinaware. Now what about these two? Oh, they do not. Well, I'll be happy to invest it. Impressment offices. Does a trade station do any improvements for Cloves? Aha! Yeah, you do need to get rid of it and replace it with a trade station for more local goods produced. But does it? I mean, I did not read this part. Goods produced. But if it's the trade value and the power is there, and this is much more developed than the other island. And who could forget about the incense? And these other ones, the Machapidons, that's just fish and tropical woods, not that valuable. No, leave that alone. Let's review again. So yes for coffee. Kandars. Yes. But no, that's just all throughout Indonesia. May never know, I'm just looking. Although, do I really want their capital, their most developed territory they got? They already have a trade station. There's no centers of coastal trade other than that one that they have. And this is going to expire soon. Again, taking territories of value, so anything further inland will probably leave that alone. But it would be nice to have a few more spices, but we're looking for more valuable trade goods to enrich us. But too bad Portugal's got them. And no room for Australia either. They got coal over there. And gold. And gems and incense. Huh. But they're not free nations. But they did rebel once against the British, but they failed. If Australia were to be a free nation, I would definitely fight for it. To establish Croatia and Australia. But that's going to require you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is to establish colony. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So basically this side and that side, if you want to create Croatia and Australia, if Australia were to be a free nation. Just ideas. So that settles it then. Coastal standards of trade and more valuable provinces, unless you want another more, because I'm willing to throw all that administrative power in there. But of course, you'll be risking overextension penalty, which you already have some, but not plenty of. But they'll expire, and then we'll position troops into this area. And when it's all said and done, we'll go to America, fight the Iroquois, and then after we deal with them, New Croatia gets their territory, and then we go down to Africa, and then expand down there. For the company. But it depends on how developed they are. Production-wise. So, okay. So, yes to bone. And to this, and to this. It's not superly overextended, but it's pretty dangerous. It's almost like you want to take the whole damn island. What does this thing have again? Tropical wood? Plus that's a little too much, so cut that down. At least the island, at least this part connects it to the rest. Well, we have coastal center of trade. Again, willing to throw all that administrative power to core these provinces. And with the... Oh, God blasted, what do you... This one. War reparations. Just to finish it off. Not here to make a vassal. No. There's got too many relations. Can't afford that in my conscience. And plus we're about to get this area. We can't pillage it. And all the money that you got. There you go. So... that's it then. It's only 49% overextension, but some of that's about to go down. Okay. %, but it's about to go down. That's the one that's causing the most. All the rest of this is just nothing. That's nothing. Let's begin. And there might be some separatists we'll have to deal with in future. Keyword might. It's likely to come from there, so we'll station a few into this area. You'll be heading over there. They're the ones that are most likely to rebel. You'll be deployed to Timor. Okay. Give it a month. Vatican infiltration. Bribes are not uncommon practice with the right amount of money. We could perhaps manage to influence a cardinal to infuriate a religious order. Instruct them to go forward. Oh yeah, it's been a while. May want to keep that just in case you get a bad event that lowers the stability, because I don't have the administrative power. No need to increase mercantilism. You're going to stay there for a while until they are fully cored or until the rebels are not a threat. Well, what do you know? Timor Island. For 5 years, for a rainy season, if you wish to develop it further. Thanks for that, but... oh god, a devastation. Can't wait to invest in this area. Right. Not dangerously overextended anymore. So not a danger. Get rid of this. This needs a trade station. Which again, you're gonna have to wait 2 years for that. %38%. And the amount we make not necessarily rivals Malacca, but still. It's great. You ought to go to there. Don't. Look at the company investments again. Oh. You already got this because you own Hawaii. 43%. See if we could change that in company investments. This one. Actually, you got them all. You sure? Thought I already had a whatchamacall. Oh no, you haven't fully cored them yet. Give it time. That's why I don't see any right now. Or there are limitations for this. Nevertheless, improve that. Can only upgrade his state during a trade company. Oh, I forgot. Again, it's been a while since I did a video. I forgot. Assigned him. You goof. All these territories that you have taken over to assign them to the company. I forgot. I was here's my acceptable excuse. Reason for that is because I've been recording a lot of Crusader Kings 2 on this new series, the Republic of Amalfi, which I suggest you people go check it out. It's pretty unique in itself. And all that. So, company investments. Company! Okay, now it's month for March. Oh, you picked up a new merchant, so therefore we did it. Uh-huh. You got it. Okay, so where will I dispose of you? Which I thought about sending you to Canton. I mean, they don't have much trade value now, but we Croats are proficient at trade steering. Congo has some value. Even though we kind of really want the Guinea Company, which is 50% right now. 50%. Perhaps a little more mercantilism will help. But we have, yes, you have light ships pointed there. God blast it, you're tempting me to increase mercantilism. But after all, you have these. This helps your local trade power in this area anyhow. Now the company investments. Here's some more local trade power to here, here, there, there, and there. There you go. You already have a Croatian township in the area. Which is for, you know, trade value modifier if you wish to make more. But you don't have that kind of investment around here. You couldn't afford it back then because it's when you fought that very deadly war. But Gujarat is pretty valuable. But you already have it there. Okay, good to know. Genoa, what are you doing? Milanese against Milan. Revolutionary Frankfurt, Liège, Revolutionary Munich. Well, we already have armies assigned over here in a homeland, so we'll join, but don't expect me to send any forces to you. But we will remain vigilant in case they attack our territories. Now that merchant. I could send you to Canton to steer the trade as it goes through, go to Siam, and this also goes down there. And this also goes through the Philippines. And through the Philippines, down here. And there and back again. That's where I would most likely send you there. And if I had another one, then I would probably have no choice but to send it to, I don't know, Congo. If I get myself another merchant. It's still Croatian. Keep it up. Yeah, going further there would be leading into this Ohio trade route. Node. Which Croatia kind of already has some. We too. We have the most power in Ohio, but that will be changed further when we send transports to New Croatia. Or, if possible, just declare war against the Iroquois And then subsequently, this would lead to the forces of New Croatia and Croatia Canada to duke it out themselves. They can handle it. Yeah, they can handle it themselves, and I don't need to send troops over there. Sounds like a good idea in theory. And it looks like they already took the territory, so I assume that the Spanish did not send forces there. There is Portugal, there is force, so the colonial forces will be taking care of that. And maybe perhaps we ought to do the same. Rio Grande trade node, which Texas is part of. If Texas were to exist as a nation, then that's not even valuable, because the development is too low, and the trade goods are, based on what they found, are very good, including gold there. Now, I like how I said if Texas were an independent nation, if it was founded by the Portuguese. So perhaps we should declare war against the Iroquois and let the colonial troops, you know, beat them up, while I can sit back and relax without having to worry about anything other than just make your money, while the colonies will expand, and with their expansion means more money. Now finally to Canton. Not Hangzhou, because there's no value in that. They're all being traded away. It's not meant to be a place where they would gather. We don't have a presence in Nippon, unless we ought to ask Korea, which, of course, we're at war. Yeah. Canton it is. Marko Karyakovic, we're going over there. Don't worry about it anymore. You already got taken care of. Now here's the problem. Since we're at war right now, well, we can't upgrade this right now. Well, you just wait till in the future, then we'll... I mean, we already have enough. You've got a merchant from this area now. You already have this. Oh yeah, now you have Brunei. Trade station. And soon when this is done, well, develop that a little, and then we can get to business. And when these are core, we'll be heavily investing these areas that you've just taken. Including more trade stations will be built. There's already a plantation here. Good boy. Pressman office. We're not in an urgent need for sailors, so get rid of that. And build a trade station there as well. This already has a mill for Chinaware, so it's good. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I will cut this episode short, because in the next episode, well, it's highly likely that I will declare war against the Iroquois, and subsequently the Fox Nation will be joined. But I have a truce with the co-belligerent. But here's one problem. Oh, yeah, just joined a war. Well, don't worry, wait a while then. So yeah, I know we didn't progress very far into this episode, but this was to be about taking over the Spice Islands and the other valuables that will enrich Croatia in its income and in trade. Which, my goodness, make much money on Malacca. It's nearly about as much as Malacca. And Gujarat is... no, Ragusa is the second on net value. And why do I still have a merchant in Tunis is beyond me, because it doesn't give us very much money, but we make it up for it by try to invest more. You've got to invest more. Unless you want to send trade ships to one of the areas. Any areas that does not have a fleet's presence there. That helps it. Excuse me. We do not have it present in Zanzibar, which we do have it there, but that one's given us very less. But as we expand the colonies, that will be another thing. In 83 days, we'll be sending an army there to safeguard the continued colonization of Croatian Africa, which it now says Croatian Central Africa. And we'll have enough breathing room to send armies over in the future after we deal with America. So, in the next episode, they're next, and then after they're done, they're next. And then who knows what the 1800s will bring by then for the end of the Croatian series, as we made it a very, very rich nation in income. But revolutionary Spain jumped up. Oh yeah? Well, we're gonna jump up too, with Nali take over for company, but also for the colonies to further expand as well. Because we know how aggressive expansionists the Spanish are. As well as they made Morocco a vassal. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.